Bill Gates is hiding something huge, donating $50 million to keep it quiet. What is Bill Gates trying to hide? According to the New York Times, Bill Gates has given Kamala Harris over $50 million. This is unbelievable. This is according to the New York Times. This isn't some fringe conservative conspiracy theory. He confirmed it to the New York Times. After decades of sitting on the sidelines, the New York Times writes, of politics, Bill Gates, one of the richest people in the world, has said privately that he recently donated $50 million to a nonprofit organization that's supporting Kamala Harris, according to 3 people briefed on the matter. The donation was meant to stay under wraps. It was meant to be secret. Mr. Gates, one of the founders of Microsoft, has not publicly endorsed Ms. Harris, and his donation would represent a significant change in the strategy that has previously kept him away from gifts like this. So what is he hiding? Why would he do this? Why would Gates back Kamala Harris? Could it have anything to do with keeping the Epstein client list quiet? Elon Musk told the truth to Tucker. He knows all about this Epstein client list. Watch this.
You know, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.
Yeah, of course. It's one of the big reasons, of course, that Melinda Gates divorced Bill Gates, his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in? I didn't realize
was awful.
That. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So $50 million Bill Gates just donated to Kamala Harris, because that Epstein client list will remain behind. It will remain sealed if Kamala Harris wins the presidency.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%.
I think that's maybe one piece of why that $50 million is a good investment for Bill Gates, though. But if you look at his investments in the biopharmaceutical, Kamala Harris clearly will keep that money ball rolling for him.
Oh, yeah.
She clearly is in the tank for big pharma. All Democrats are. And so the fact that in the Netherlands this week, a judge has ruled that Bill Gates can be sued for his role advising the government on the COVID pandemic, including vaccine mandates and lockdowns. So if he is liable in a European country, does that mean he could be liable for his role promoting the COVID vaccine. Does he maybe not want that to happen in the United States? It's less likely to happen under a Kamala Harris presidency, clearly, right? So, I mean, I think if you're weighing like, here's 10 million for this, here's 10 million, I would say probably 25 million to keep the Epstein client list secret, right? Maybe another 10 for Big Pharma, maybe another 10 for his investments in American farmland. Like, there's a lot of reasons that's a good deal for him.
Yeah, keep the corruption going. And $50 million is a drop in the bucket for him to throw into Kamala Harris.
Right.